Hello, hello. It is April 4th, 2020. So, to start the video off, it's a very nice day. It's kind of a rainy day in California where I'm at. And, well, it's kind of nice for a change. It's been just smelling a bunch of, well, if you're in California, you're used to basically the days being kind of like the smog in all the cities. So I have a little lisp because I had a couple of teeth that broke due to being root canaled earlier in my life, and they were just temporary fillings. I'm about to get them fixed when I come back to Portland, so my little lisp will disappear. But here is the point. Another night of kind of not nightmares, but another night filled with weird thoughts, weird dreams. No issues when I wake up, just really strange dreams. Dreams from my past. Dreams of my past relationship when I was married to somebody. Dreams that shouldn't be happening because, well, I've been away from them from that individual for over 3 years at this point. Another weird thing that I have to say here. I've been having kind of a weird experience watching some shows. When I watch some shows, I have the thoughts running through my head of trying to figure out who in the show looks like somebody from my family. That is something I never had happen before. It's just something current recently that started happening when I'm watching TV or watching some shows online. The accounts are mine. They're under my name. They're under my email. They're not under anybody's. They're not under anybody's accounts. I'm not sharing the accounts. Everything should be under my name. So why I'm having these weird thoughts when I'm watching some shows? That's the one update I had to make. And then correlations to. It's kind of weird how some of the things that people have said throughout the last year and a half, 2 years of my life, I'm watching some shows and individuals have the exact same phrases that they say. It's kind of almost surreal. You're watching the show and you kind of can't help but realize that something was phrased exactly the same way that it's said in the show, and it's said exactly in the same context in a show that should not be possible. The same phrase used to respond to the same kind of line of questioning or a question or a situation that I went through. It's really strange, really weird. I'm not trying to make it paranoia based. I'm not trying to make it sound like, well, I want to make a correlation or something. I'm currently off duty. Just decided to make a quick update. I was kind of putting this off for a few days. I think it's a good time to make that update. I just had a good breakfast, and I'm ready to start the day of work after I get unloaded here. So it's kind of one of those things that, how can I put it? My life is restarting. My life is a lot better than it was before, and I'm starting to rebuild everything one day at a time. I have a good job. I have as I put in the previous post, I'm starting to finally get a normal paycheck, a steady paycheck. I have a special interest in a woman in Portland. Well, technically she works in Clackamas Town Center. I can't wait to come back to that area to actually see if there's going to be anything that happens from it. The other thing is I can't wait to basically start collecting money after pay off all my debts, to be able to get a property of my own. And this time around, whether I get married or not, or have a serious relationship enough to move in together with somebody or not, this time nobody can just take the property from me. I'll be able to keep the property and have the property for myself. Kind of like a little side note, I've decided this time around, since the way my last relationship ended, I'm gonna probably go with the prenup route. That's why before I want to get anything serious enough to tie the knot, well, metaphorically speaking, of course, is this time around I want to have enough things going along with me in my life For example, a timeshare that I had before that I had to almost go to court for, good thing it was settled peacefully about that situation. This time around, I want to get my own timeshare. I'm gonna get, well, I don't want to, I'm gonna get it because that's one of the goals I have. After I pay off my debts, it's gonna be pretty nice. So I'm gonna have the availability of having, I already have 2 cars that are paid off. So next step in my life is getting my debts paid off. After that, getting a timeshare. So if I'm doing a restart, for example, I'll be able to get a hotel room for between 20 to 50 bucks, depending on the booking fee. And it's gonna be a pretty nice place to stay at. Lastly, is gonna be a property, hopefully with some acreage, so I can get a side business started, hopefully a nursery. So my plan for the nursery is getting somebody from, I'm hoping through a work visa, so I could basically have somebody work for me and get paid a normal wage. On top of that, not pay them as a lot of people pay individuals, like around 10 bucks an hour. I'm talking about getting them basically trained and certified as a farmer in the United States, and then have them get their work credits a lot quicker so they can move the rest of their family here. The other plan that is going to be a side note from me trucking, that's basically a way to reinvesting the money I'm already paying taxes on and having the money work for me. So in addition to having me basically have a retirement account and everything to go with a career, it's going to be pretty nice. So I just wanted to make this personal update so I don't forget my personal goals. It's more for me than anybody else, but it's a nice place to put on a personal channel because it's going to basically remind me to keep things going. Alrighty, thank you, and I'll be back online probably within the next day or so.